John Wick died in the middle of the stairs. It is a very poetic death. Stairs are a symbol of afterlife or death, as the term stairway to heaven meant. But in John Wick, stairs have a bit more story to tell. Sisyphus is a man punished by gods to push a big boulder on top of the hill. But once he reached near the top, the boulder would roll back down, repeating the cycle for eternity. Like Sisyphus, John is on a cycle of repeatedly going up and down the hill, where you question, why would he continue this futile task? Every installment of John Wick, we see him accomplish an impossible task only to see him doing the exact same thing all over again onto the next movie. I always wonder why John Wick won't just find another way to live his life. Is he full of rage? Is sick for unjustified revenge? Is he just a killer that he could only find his purpose as a unstoppable killing machine? Only at the end of the fourth movie was my question answered. But before answering why John lived his life the way he did, I want to explore more about the choices that he could have went for. In this fourth installment of the movie, we see three possible ways that John could have lived his life after the death of his wife. Nobody. He can abandon everything, his home, possessions, and his name. John can simply live as a vagabond together with his dog, live outside the reach of the table. Unlike Mr. Nobody, I would assume that John Wick has enough money in the bank to retire. I mean, surely he would have enough money to pay for his 401k. Assassin. In the character of Kane, we see that he can stay retired but still within the reach of the high table. A part-time assassin, I would say. In this life, we see that you can't live the system, as whatever you do, they will still find a way to get you back under the high table. But the good thing is that after you do your job, you can get back to your retired, comfortable life. Harbinger. John Wick could also become the Harbinger. He can serve the high table as someone who is very skilled at what he do. I'm sure that there is a job opening for the Baba Yaga himself. By being the Harbinger, he will be fully embracing the life of an assassin. He will be a dog of the high table, a more dangerous way of living, but it would be a grand life. John could easily have chosen either of the three options: a nobody, an assassin, or a harbinger. But instead, John Wick chose to be a loving husband. That is why he fought so hard just to get out of the system. Because deep inside of him, he knows that he can't be with his wife if he continue living under the high table. John Wick does not believe in heaven or hell. But if there really was, he knows that he won't be able to meet his wife. He won't be allowed entry. That on top of the stairs was the closest he could come to heaven. John Wick already accepted his fate, that only on earth would he be allowed to continue being a loving husband. Only by going outside the high table could he be a free man. Only by living as a free man can he live as Helen's husband. Only by living as Helen's husband could he keep the single thread of connection he had with his wife. Is John dead or alive? Did John endure enough punishment to be allowed entry to heaven? That is the metaphor of the stairs. There is no definite answers. But one thing is for sure, John is now back home to the only place he could be together with his wife. Thank you so much for watching. And if you also enjoyed John Wick the same as I did, I would like to hear your comments or your opinion about the movie. Just leave your comments down there. And again, thank you, my friend. Have a great day. Bye.